Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about a northern tier blizzard. Let's get right on into it. Starting off with our National Weather Service page, where we do have blizzard warnings in effect for eastern North Dakota, western Minnesota, northeastern parts of South Dakota, as well as areas south and east of the Twin Cities. We also have winter storm warnings posted for areas of northeast Minnesota, as well as northern Wisconsin and northwest Michigan, not the entire UP, but parts of it, and then parts of the western part of the lower peninsula of Michigan as well. Also with this storm, we have winter weather advisories posted from North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, I believe parts of Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, as well as Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, as well as New Hampshire and Maine. Whew, that's a lot of states. So, this is kind of a two-part system. We have the blizzard on the western part of the storm and then a freezing rain threat in the east. So, let's take a look first at our storm. So, here's the low pressure. It's going to be fueling this blizzard, as well as drawing up some moisture from the Atlantic. And you can see here that this storm is pretty weak in terms of overall snowfall, but the main portion of this storm that's going to be extremely severe is going to be the winds on the back end that eventually turn around and form some lake effect snow, and some pretty harsh lake effect snow at that. So this storm does move out throughout the day and overall isn't horrible. We have some moderate snowfall on the very northern side of the low pressure, but other than that, some light to moderate snowfall in most of the other regions. But the main threat of this is going to be wind. But we also have that freezing rain threat, which is prevalent in the northeast, mostly in the tri-state area, and then another rebirth into New Hampshire and Maine. But there is a potential for multiple ice threats, and this storm will also bring in cold air, which will set up a nor'easter. Just an update on that. It looks like a bust, but we'll talk about that later this week. So in terms of those winds, let me actually get a loop there instead of a single image. So we are looking for 30 miles an hour, which is about 30 knots. We basically just called them the same. 30 knots for 3 hours. So we do get very close to that. That's why we have those blizzard warnings in place. But very, very close, especially in areas such as northeast South Dakota, as well as parts of southern Minnesota. But close, but not quite there. But overall, that's the main threat of the system, just that blowing snow. Everything here is going to be that powdery snow. So maybe some ground blizzards that could happen, where just the pure strength of the winds just kicks around snow that's already on the ground, as well as the typical blizzard where snow is falling and being carried by that wind as well. So in terms of, let's start off with our snow, and you can see not major amounts until you get into Canada, but areas such as North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin could see a healthy 3 to 10 inches, depending on where you are. And then even northern Wisconsin, Michigan could see over a foot, especially because of that lake effect snow that is going to be coming down off of Lake Superior, and then enhanced totals here off in western Michigan because of the lake effect snow off of Lake Michigan. But the storm really intensifies through Canada, and that's why we see much more consistent snow totals there, 6 to 12 throughout most of that region, stretching from east central Ontario through Quebec, north of Montreal. But let's take a look at our total accumulated freezing rain as well, and you can see here that the tri-state area does get a little bit of a glaze of ice. Some areas could see up to 0.05 of an inch of ice, which is enough to start to lose traction on those roads. But the main threat comes in terms of New Hampshire and Maine, where we do get over that 1/10 of an inch mark, which typically signifies that loss of traction on the roads, and overall weighing down power lines and tree limbs, and just could cause a bit of a mess. So areas in the Northeast could see a little bit of a glaze of ice, and then a little bit of a warm-up throughout the day, and then things get cold again in time for that nor'easter, which won't be very significant, but still the first measurable snowfall of the year for them. So that is a semi-brief overview of this storm. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.